Good morning, gorgeous. Welcome to day 7, day 6. Welcome to a new day of Good Morning, Gorgeous. My son's calling me. Okay. One moment. Okay, good morning, gorgeous. And so, yeah, I'm going to have to... This is going to be a short video. I got to go rescue my baby. Okay. Just know unexpected things happen. And thinking calmly through situations is what's going to give you the best results in the end. When you're irrational, it's my son calling me that. Okay, so thank you for being patient. It is amazing at how keeping a cool head will help you decipher, not letting your emotions lead you in a time of crisis, in a time of chaos, in a time of where very important decisions need to be made in a short amount of time, okay? And I'll just give an example. So today my son's car was, he got pulled over and his car was impounded because he wasn't responsible in regards to certain things in regards to the tags on it, right? But now, low-key, he really wants to get rid of this car. Like, his inner man is tired of that car. It needed to be fixed. It had a lot of issues, this and that, which is really why I believe he stopped paying on the tags. He's just like over the car altogether. There was the responsibility of the car, right? So, in light of that, the officer still took him to work, which I thought was like awesome because for the area that we live in, brown boys don't really do well with police officers. So for him to, but my son is very respectable. Like my children know how to handle themselves. Their father is very much hands-on when it comes to things like that, as well as myself. So they are knowledgeable about who they are, right? And the world we live in. And so they know, pretty much if you don't start no static, won't be no static unless somebody comes with the smoke, and then, that's a little different level of something else. Anyways, I digress. So with that happening, he called me while he was riding into work, and him and the officer were explaining, and I was just telling him, like, impounding your car, they're going to charge you to get it out. And he was like, no. He's like, I'm going to tell you the plan when when you come get me. So, the officer let him get all of his stuff out of the car, which is great because once your car is impounded in New York State, like, letting you get through the gate to just get stuff out of your car, it's like it depends on who's behind the desk. Like, good luck with that. So the fact that he was able to, like, get all of his belongings, all of his things and everything out of the car was beautiful. Like, I'm like, ooh, like, he doesn't understand why I'm so, like, in awe of the officer allowing him to do that, but I'm, like, really in awe. Like, you got to do what? Like, so it was super cool. And then so now he's deciding whether he's going to actually finish the day out at work or if he wants someone to come and just get his stuff. So either way, I have to go get him, right? I have to go up to his job. I was like, I can either come and just get your stuff, or, I can come get you and your stuff. By the time I get there, you should have a decision. You'll need to have a decision made on whether you're going to finish out the day. I said, My suggestion is finish out the day, Uber back into the city because you have class right after work. So just Uber right to school from work, and then the college is in walking distance of our house. So I was just like, and then you could just walk home, or you can go to your girlfriend can pick you up, or because everybody around us drive except for me. So, and don't ask me how I'm going to get my son. Okay. I have a service and it's beautiful. So, with that being said, I don't know, I just feel like the interruption with me getting ready to sit down and do, and the fact that I'm doing Good Morning Gorgeous past the time frame that I'm normally filming. So today is kind of an offset day, yeah? It may not be for you, but it definitely is for me. And if it is for you, I'm just going to say, breathe in and breathe out. In through the nostrils, out through the mouth. And talk to the Most High to give you insight, lead you, guide you, your footsteps, your imprint, and your thought process to problem solving in situations where you need solutions. Okay? It is very important when it's time to problem solve to not get chaotic emotionally, because it causes a construct in your thinking process, in the what is that, cognitive dissonance, right? It stops you from being able to rationalize and move accordingly so that you can get desired results. And yeah, so I had a question for today, and I had like a little thing I was gonna do, but instead we're gonna go with surprise endings and beginnings. We're gonna go with shock, awe, and value. We're gonna go with what to do and how to calmly think your way through a situation, because everything is not to be emotionally, everything does not need a emotional reaction to it, right? Some things require actual problem solving skills, which means you need to take the time to let your brain register what is happening and what type of solutions and options you have around you to work with in order to come out with the best outcome for you, the people around you, and all of that good stuff. And a lot of times it's hard, depending on the situation, because when I get calls from my son out of the blue, it's either what did you cook, right? Because he wants to eat, or something's like going on. And I'm like, okay, that's why I was just like, my son's calling me. I knew he was on his way to work, and I was just like, okay, my son's calling me. I better answer this. And then when he answered the phone, I knew it was a little something, because he was like rambling, like he was speed talking. When my youngest is speed talking, something is going on. So I have to be calm myself so that I can say, stop, breathe, and I'm going to need you to speak slowly to me so that I can understand what's going on, process the situation, assess, and then make decisions. And he did so very well. I'm super proud of him. And, not that he has he hasn't been labeled or diagnosed with anything. I'm going to say that, because we all got something. There is something about everybody's brain that, we could use a little assistance with. Anyways, we're going to see what Source says today about empowering yourself, right? In problematic situations, conditions, and offsets that arrive in your life that you're not really Always prepared to handle. Empowerment. When you ask divine to take over, you get pulled into your own authentic power. It's a force of inner love that wants your wholeness and magnificence. Unfold my true and radiant self, dear Lord. Unfold my true and radiant self. To recognize the options that I have before me, to choose the best options for me, for the better outcome, for the greatest, highest good for all involved, with peace and no discourse. That's what you want, right? To be mindful and to understand situations and circumstances around you so that you can have the best outcome for yourself and for everyone involved. Empower me, Source. Empower me to be a great decision maker in my finances, to be a great decision maker in my love life, to be a great decision maker in my work life, right? No matter how your work life looks, whether you are the boss or you are the employee or you are both, right? You still need the balance and the empowerment to make great decisions as a leader and as a follower, because you cannot be a leader without being a follower. You must understand all dynamics, just like you can't be a boss without being an employee, right? It's easy to tell people what to do, but you need to be able to do it for yourself and gain the clarity. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lord. Gain the clarity. Let me trust my deepest, intimate instincts in all ways, especially when matters are unclear. May my own holy intuition always guide the way, right? Listening to ourselves, listening to that gut, listening to that repetitive empowerment. Not the repetitive you can't and this is going and oh my God and. That's going to cause more panic. That's going to cause more disarray, right? Feed negativity, negativity builds. Feed positivity, positivity builds. And not just positivity as in positive affirmations, positive words of speaking, but positive actions, positive results, peaceful results, impactful results, right? That's what you want. That's what you need. That is what's going to push you forward into the desired outcomes. Taking time to process information coming in so that you can properly disclose what's going out. Now, I was going to do my hair. Lord knows I don't want to go outside in this bonnet. So I'm going to have to find a cute way to wrap my head up, which I do. I have some wraps I got some wraps I can do. I'm putting me a little turban tie on. Go get my baby. But we have to acknowledge that though things may not be going the way that we want them to, or like the way that they're going, that the breakdown is happening so the buildup can come in. Because that's all problems are. It is the divine separating the things that we don't want so that we can have the things that we want. But we view them as problems, issues. This is, oh my God, I can't get past this hump. You can. Take time to process it. Take time to view all options, even the ones you don't want. Okay? Because you may have to take that route so that you can gain what it is that you want and need. Empowering yourself with problem-solving skills that will give you the clarity and the answers that you want, and allow yourself to make the mistakes, man. Because just because you have an answer doesn't mean it's the answer. Just because you have a solution doesn't mean that it is the solution of solutions, right? It may be a step so that you are processing and learning how to take those steps. It's not even really about the outcome, even though to you it is, which is why we have to be aware of everything. We have to be aware of the issues. We have to be aware of the solutions. We have to be aware of the options to make the situation better, less stressful, right? Allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. Let me always take care of the inner child so he or she feels loved no matter what. No matter what. You are loved. You will be cared for. You will be strengthened, empowered. No matter what, through your mistakes, through your problem solving, because even in problem solving, you may cause a mistake where you thought you were solving a problem. You know, I was watching the Bear Lair series on Peacock, right, where the mother had kept information like it's a, you know, the reboot. It's a drama series now as opposed to a sitcom. Very good. I recommend watching it. There's a lot to learn in those metaphors and sentences that show is showing. Anyways, let me get back to my point. They had kept information from the son about his father. Because as parents, we want to protect, we want to guide, and it's not going to always be truthful. It's not going to always be honest. And I tell my kids this as well. I'm honest with telling them that I lied to them for protection. Like I tell them that. Like, parents will lie to their kids to protect them, because they feel like they're protecting them from whatever they feel like they're protecting them from. But I always tell them, like, I'm telling you this because I feel like I'm protecting you. And, you know, if you want to talk about it deeper or whatever. And this is what I feel like I'm protecting you from. Because, truth be told, a 4-year-old doesn't really need to know that their father is in jail. No. You know? You don't need to know your father is in jail. Because as a parent, it's like, what you gonna do besides cry every day that your father can't be around like the other kid's father? You know, and I need to sustain this household. So why would I damage it by giving you this information now? I'm going to give it to you at an age where you can understand it. Now, the way that trickled out obviously was not the way that they wanted it to be trickled out. But the end result was he got to see for himself that, yeah, I see why y'all kind of kept me away from this. And I don't really want it for myself. I don't really need this energy in my life because, you know, y'all already sacrificed enough to save me from situations because you see my potential. You know, I could be great. I'm not troublesome or an issue. I just, you know, was in a situation, felt like I needed to do something that I know I didn't need to do. And he was able to grow out of that. And when you're young and trying to figure things out, like, there's going to be bumps and bruises. You know, life is riding a bike. You don't just come out with the balance. You know, some need training wheels, some don't. But then you still have to learn balance so that you can do the tricks, so that you can go faster, slower, glide, ride up hills, all of those things. And in doing so, it never ends, is my point. It never ends. The learning of life never ends. You will continue to empower yourself. You will continue to need clarity. You will continue to make mistakes. From now until the soul separates from the body. But the great thing about this journey is that you can learn to not repeat them. Right? less bruises, less bumps, less unsolvable issues, and more positivity, more problem solving thought processes, and self-control. Because without self-control, like, what do you really control if you can't control and contain yourself? Everything is out of order. You be blessed and be well. And remember, mistakes are redirections. Breathe in and breathe out. Stay focused. Blessings.